Hello people, so today I'm doing stoichiometry, which is finding mass or moles from chemical equations. So first, what is it used for? It's used for finding the mass of moles of products or reactants or any chemicals in a chemical reaction. So you can, an example of this in everyday life would be if you're making a meal for some people, like 3 people, but you usually make it for one person, so you need to calculate the amount of ingredients to use to be able to feed everyone. But it's probably easier in real life because you can just times it. It's not quite like in chemistry. So here is the method. So this is how to do it given moles. I'm giving you the moles just to make it easier for the time being. So first you need a balanced equation with a value for one of the chemicals. You need it to be balanced, otherwise it won't work, and you need a value, otherwise you have nothing to work with. So that's N2 plus 3H2 makes 2 ammonias, and I've given you 4 moles of ammonia. Then you have to know the relative molecular masses of every molecule involved. You can memorize it like I do, but if you don't want to, then just have a periodic table and add up all the atomic weights. Then you look on the coefficients, which is the numbers behind the chemicals or molecules. So you can see that 2 moles of ammonia are formed by 3 moles of hydrogen. You can see that 3H2 makes 2NH3. So 4 moles of ammonia will be formed from 6 moles of hydrogen, because you're just timesing it both by 2, because you have 4 moles of ammonia. And then you have a nice little formula, mass equals mR times moles. I like to remember it as mass equals Mr. Moles, because that's how it looks. So 2 times 6 equals 12, so that's your answer. There are 12 grams of hydrogen. Usually you're given mass instead of moles, because otherwise that would be too easy. So here is a question. You've got the equation 2H2 plus O2 makes 2H2O, and I've given you 70 grams of water. So you have the relative atomic masses. We're trying to find oxygen. So you figure out the moles with the formula moles equals mass over mR. So 72 over 18 equals 4, which will be the amount of moles of water. Then you look at the coefficients again. You see that 1 mole of oxygen makes 2 moles of water, so 2 moles of oxygen would make 4 moles of water, because so you have 4 moles of water, so you know that there will be 2 moles of oxygen. Then from that you use the Mr. Moles formula again. You do 32 times 2, which is 64, which is your answer. There are 64 grams of oxygen. So here is an easy example. There are 142 grams of chlorine. Find the mass of the hydrochloric acid. And there's the formula. There's the molecular masses, so I'll give you a second to work it out. Okay, so 142 over 71 is 2, which would be the amount of moles of chlorine that you have. You can see that 1 mole of chlorine makes 2 moles of HCl, so 2 moles of chlorine would make 4 moles, because you're timesing it by 2. So 36.5 times 4, using that formula, is 146, which would be the mass of your hydrochloric acid. So here is a slightly harder example. This is the formula for photosynthesis. So 88 grams of carbon dioxide. Find the mass of glucose. 6 CO2 plus 6 H2O makes C6H12O6, which is glucose, plus 6 O2. So there's the relative atomic masses. I'll give you another second to figure that out. Alright, so to get the moles of carbon dioxide, 88 over 44 is 2, and 6 CO2 forms 1 glucose, so 2 CO2 dividing that by 3 would form a third of a mole of glucose dividing 1 by 3. So 180 times a third, which is the same as 180 divided by 3, would be 60, which is your answer for glucose. So there, it's really not that hard once you've done it a little bit. I used to struggle with it a lot, so this video is for if you're a little bit dumb like me, I guess. I'll be answering questions in the comments. Goodbye.